Hey guys, I'm Nick Purcha and you're watching Teen InfoNet.
And how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, how are you?
I'm great. So you play Watch on Spooksville.
I do, yes.
So can you tell us about the show for a little bit?
Tell us about the show, yeah. The whole premise of the show is a boy named Adam Freeman. His mom mysteriously disappears, and for 2 years actually, for a very long time, so they decide to move to a new town, get a fresh start. They never thought that they would find her again, but they move into a new town. It's called Springville. It sounds all happy, sunny, laughter. And so they just want a fresh start. And the first day, Adam goes try to make friends, and he sees my character, Watch, and Katie's character, Sally. He doesn't run away when the lights go off, which indicates like ghosts are coming out and all the bad stuff's about to happen. So we go up to him and we try to protect him and give us this advice. But our characters are at first glance, we're kind of bonkers, man. Like my lines are very long and very confusing. So being my character, I start spouting them off to him and he has no idea what's going on. And Sally's really upfront and flirty, so obviously his first initial reaction is like, these guys are weird. So he goes back home and bad stuff starts happening to him. He finds a monster in his bedroom, and then he comes to our house and he says, I need your guys' help. Like, what's going on? And then we start helping him. We invite him into our group, and we start solving all the mysteries of Spookville together.
And can you tell us about your character Watch, do you know how he got his name, first of all?
Yes, my character Watch, he got his name. He wears 2 watches on each wrist, and which, one's a GPS, for example. The other one's a rope cutter. It pulls out into like a sharp string, and he can cut things with it. Just a bunch of gadgets. He's very technical and technologically advanced, and he loves the aspect of all the gadgets that he has. So my character Watch, he's definitely the smartest one of the group, smartest and most awkward. Adam wants to go, all guns a-blazing, being like the big brave one of the group, and but Watch says, let's just stay here. He built a laboratory in his mom's basement, so he wants to stay there and take his time, research, read the books, and not get himself into any trouble, because he's going out of his comfort zone, and that's not something that he wants to do. So he takes his time and researches all this stuff.
And are you related to Watch in any way?
I am, yeah. Watch's character, like I said, he's very technologically advanced. He's very good with computers, and he's very good with gadgets. If you see pictures of his lab, there's wires hanging around everywhere. It just it screams technology. So that's kind of like me, not to that extent, but I love computers. I'm very good with computers. I love the video games and I love the electronics. I can't even countless amounts of electronics in my house, and that's what I love to do. I love that aspect of kind of like the computer geek almost. That's kind of like me.
And you auditioned for your part, right?
I did, yeah. I auditioned for the part.
What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't doing acting?
Well, if I wasn't doing acting, I don't know. That's so weird to think about, because from such a young age, I've been doing acting, and it's taken up so much of my time, and I've grown so much in acting, and it's what I love to do now. Yeah, from such a young age, I performed in all my school plays, like every single one of them, from like kindergarten till like now, and that's just what I love to do. I volunteered. You can see my name on the list every single year, and then at the age of 12, I joined an acting class, and I found an agent. I started auditioning from there, and I've been auditioning for about 3 years now, and then just all that time added up together. It's weird to think what I would be doing if I didn't have acting. So I don't know, really.
So what's your favorite part about being on set?
Oh, definitely just the people and the atmosphere. Directors can be, a bit tense at times. It's tight schedule. There's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of things to shoot, and you got to be on time, or else, it gets really stressful. You got a deadline. So, I had a director once. Yeah, I was doing a show, and I had a director once, and he was just very, very tense all the time, and it got everybody stressed, the crew, the cast, and it's not a very good atmosphere like that. So going into this, I was worried that because they said that I was going to be shooting for 5 months, which is a long time, and initially what I thought is going to be one director for 5 months, and if he was mean, you know, that would suck, right? You know, but it turns out that we had 4 or 5 different directors doing the whole series, and every single one of them so nice. They're all like teenagers at heart. They love to like connect with their cast. They don't want to make them feel awkward. They like to, you know, like crack jokes and talk about just life and make them feel comfortable. And the whole crew too, it was such a nice atmosphere, and it made every single day, waking up every single day, amazing.
And are you still in school, or do you do like homeschooling?
Yes, I'm still in school. It gets kind of complicated sometimes. I'm supposed to have school today, and I got a test today actually. But yeah, it gets really complicated sometimes. You know, going to auditions. You know, sometimes you have to skip the last block just to get there, and yeah. So doing the show, you had to start during school months, and you had to do school on set, which was also very, very complicated, and it was very stressful. You know, you get pressure from the director and the producers, you know, to learn your lines and do well. They want you to do well in it, and then pressure from the teachers and your parents, you know, to do well in school. But then sometimes it's so busy, like being one of the main characters, you go to school for 5 minutes and you have to, you know, just shut up and look at your biology and just not talk. And then 5 minutes later you're on and you have to say like a whole paragraph about string theory, and it gets kind of confusing, but I don't know, we made it.
So how do you balance your career and your personal life?
It gets it wasn't a problem before, but ever since, you know, the show came on, you know, doing the show for 5 months, and then afterwards, I was off for a while, but then I did the Hub Halloween Bash. That took up some of my time. I had to fly all the way to California, and then fly back. I missed some school, and then I have to fly back here, and I love it. I'll take this over school any day, but it is kind of tough to work around it sometimes. You got to negotiate with teachers, and you got to get all your work in advance, and you got to really, you know, buckle down and get good grades. And if this is something you want to do, like you know, you got to concentrate on, you know, an education too. So it can get stressful, but you know, like, what are you gonna do, I guess.
So like, where do you hope to see yourself in a few years?
I hope to be homeschooled for one. Yeah, that's my number one priority. But I hope to, you know, just do more work. I have been auditioning after since the show ended, but not much. But I hope to, you know, do some more shows. You know, guest star on some more shows, and maybe a feature. I pitched an idea for me and Kian pitched an idea for a feature-length Spooksville movie. You know, with more stakes and more characters and like a full-length movie. But I'd love to do just more acting in the future, and that's where I hope to see myself.
Do you have a dream role?
Oh, I have a dream role. I love comedies. Love comedies with a passion. I watch comedies almost every single night, which takes up a lot of my time. But you know, I grew up. He's not the most appropriate person, but you know, Jonah Hill. He's hilarious, and just how much fun they have. Or Will Ferrell. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. Just how he can ad-lib all of his lines. Like I watch bloopers online, and every single line is completely different, like from the same scene. So he ad-libs it, and they have so much fun on set. And I would love to do something like that. Just go in a comedy where you can just go all out. Like there's just no rules, and just make people laugh and be funny. And I'd love to do that.
And lastly, do you have like a Twitter or Facebook, anything?
I do. I have Twitter. It's at Nick Purcha, NickPurcha, and I tweet back. I tweet back all the time. It's I want people to, you know, like realize that I'm listening and that I'm answering their questions. I get lots of questions about the show, and I'll answer it. I'll tell them about behind the scenes and stuff, and yeah, I'll always answer. So that's my Twitter.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
I
Yeah.
hope you have a great day.
Yeah.